Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be building a death battle season without any Dragon Ball, Marvel, or DC characters. So this is going to be a pretty interesting video, and if you like the video, you want to see more, like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. But anyway, let's get into this video. And starting off, we have Invincible versus Radiant Black. A matchup I'm surprised a lot of people don't like. It's probably because Radiant Black isn't super popular. And which is kind of sad, the Radiant Black's low-key cool, and in my opinion, it is Mark's best matchup. All of his other matchups are just low-key, just really boring. It's all like, oh my god, they're the sons of super famous heroes. Like with fucking Superboy and Gohan, those two just bore the shit out of me. And Invincible Novus is kind of but I feel like overall, Radiant Black fits by far, in my opinion, the best. And if they ever do Invincible, I really hope this is the matchup they pick, since they could bring light to an underrepresented character, and that would mean a lot to me. And you could bring a lot of new fans into the series of Radiant Black. And again, they could bring new fans to try out Radiant Black. And it would be awesome to get more love for Radiant Black. Radiant Black is such a good series, but overall this matchup, in my opinion, does work the best, since from what I've done, it's kind of a close debate, you could argue. Next up, we have Byakuya from Bleach versus Itachi from Naruto. In my opinion, this is like a matchup I'm surprised they haven't done yet, considering how popular Itachi is. But overall, I feel like you could tell a really interesting story with this fight, since overall, both characters have pretty similar ideologies to each other, and you could really tell a fascinating and intriguing story with that fight. My only issue is I'm afraid they're going to screw over Byakuya, since Byakuya should win this pretty comfortably, since they technically can't use a healthy Itachi, since a healthy Itachi doesn't exist. So if they were to use a non-sick Itachi, it would basically be using a character that doesn't exist, which would kind of go against the rules. But overall, you could tell a good story. And always the Naruto and versus Bleach, their soundtracks go so hard. That's the one benefit of these fights. They have a fucking banger soundtrack to their names. But overall, I feel like as an overall character fight and an overall act story-wise, you could honestly make this a really, really interesting fight. And it's okay, kind of cool. You could kind of have Byakuya do his little step walk behind Itachi. It would be a really interesting fight if they were to do it. I would be down to see this happen one day. And up next, we have a weird matchup that I made, literally, really, really recently. That being Raiden from Metal Gear versus the Prophet from Cyrus. Both are super enhanced soldiers who relent on their advanced technologies. This fight overall just sounds really cool. The only problem I have is I think Raiden actually fucking obliterates, since he's a lot stronger than the Prophet. Since Raiden's able to cut through nuclear war buildings, buildings that can survive nuclear wars, which I think is trumps anything Prophet has. But overall, I think it's a pretty fucking cool matchup. You could both, since Prophet has some pretty interesting weapons and abilities himself. I feel like overall it's kind of just a fucking cool matchup. I don't have a reason why I love it. I just think it's a fucking badass matchup. And up next, we have Pinocchio from Lies of P versus the Hunter from Bloodborne. This, in my opinion, is my preferred for the Hunter, since all the other Hunter matchups are just low-key kind of boring and I don't really vibe with. This matchup I vibe with. Pinocchio has actually some pretty cool weapons and abilities on their side, which could honestly make a very unique fight potential. And it's also more based that the Hunter fucking wins, since Bloodborne has a lot of higher scaling than what Lies of P has. And also take into account that Pinocchio's weapons tend to break a lot more easily than the hunter's weapons do. And also, you could do a lot of cool things. You could have the moon presence thing appear. You could have a lot of cool stuff happen in this fight. But yeah, this is why I kind of prefer it. It's just kind of, it's not really, I can explain why I love it. It's just that I like it. It's cool, you could have some cool settings, you could have some cool musical pieces appear. So overall, you could have some pretty unique stuff with this fight. And next up, we have Parry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb versus Kim Possible from Kim Possible. I'm surprised this hasn't happened yet since it was a death battle cast a while back. But overall, I feel like this would be just a really funny fight since we have a human girl versus a fucking platypus. I think that would be fucking hilarious. And there's also a made fact that fucking Parry wins, which is more based than ever. Like, overall, you can just have some cool spy music theme playing, since both of them have really good music you could use for them. They both have some cool gadgets they could use. It's overall just a really cool idea, if done correctly. Next up, we have Voss versus Rise. Voss being from Far Cry, and Rise being from Dying Light. You could have this work in many different ways. You could have it be a classic 1v1, or you could have it with like their gang members and shit, which works either way. Overall, you can do a lot of things with this matchup. Voss has some pretty cool things he can throw and do. Same with Rice has a lot of power and a lot of manipulation in his arsenal that he uses to persuade the main character into doing things. Same with Voss. Voss also has a lot of manipulation, a lot of power on his side. So overall, I think it honestly kind of works to the most part. But yeah, also Voss doesn't really have that many matchups, and Dying Light surprisingly doesn't have a lot of matchups, and I want to kind of change that. And that's why I created this matchup, to also coming from it kind of works connection-wise, and also it's actually, I think, super debatable. But that's for another topic. Next up, we have Blackstar from Soul Eater versus Arthur from Fire Force. Overall, this is hands down a super thematical fight. Both of them have insane amounts of creativity, and also, if I remember correctly, they have a similar ability being imagination. So this is going to be a really cool fight that they could do. There's a lot of cool stuff they could both do. It's, from what I know, it's pretty debatable for the most part. Again, you could have a banger soundtrack, and again, this brings in a new franchise, being Fire Force. And I know we're already getting Maka, but we could bring in, hands down, arguably the most popular character within the Soul Eater franchise. At least to me, that is. At least that's the right thing. But yeah, overall, this is honestly a pretty solid idea for the most part. Next up, we have Nemesis versus Subject Delta. One of my most wanted matchups, because it's just fucking cool. We get to see a good old-fashioned sluggerfest. Two giant monsters just beating the living shit out of each other. I couldn't ask for anything more. And also, it's been so fucking long since we had a Resident Evil character on Death Battle. And this would be a perfect time to do it. It's fucking amazing. Also, the music could go very hard. And also, it's also made better that fucking Delta wins, since Delta's abilities just flat out cancel everything Nemesis has. Rocket launchers or some telekinesis. He could stun him, freeze him, burn him, blow him up. Shoots rocket launchers and sends him right back. It's a cool fight. And it's gonna be so much more awesome, the fact that you could have this end in a very, very gory death. Which I feel like could be very fucking awesome if it dropped, like, in Halloween. That'd be very fucking cool. But yeah, this fight's very fucking underrated, and it's very awesome. Next up, we have Viper from Titanfall versus Toby from Battleborn. This is honestly a pretty fun and unique fight. It also has some connections, like both of them are part of teams who have orange mechs who have a bunch of unique and explosive weaponry. It's low-key kind of cool. It's a low-key kind of unique and simple fight. It's also kind of cool since Viper's ability to fly is really cool. You could also have Viper get out of the mech and also fight to assist his mech. It's low-key just kind of a fun fight. It's not necessarily, in my opinion, fantastic. It's not like a top-tier matchup, but it's low-key a fun, simple idea that low-key works. Is it kind of thematical? Low-key, you can have a lot of things happen in this fight. Both of them have a good majority of weaponry they can throw at each other. Again, Viper could hop out of his mech as well as and try to do some assisted damage on top of it. But yeah, overall, this fight vibes pretty fucking hard. And next up, we have Rex Sazalar versus Max Steel. In my opinion, this is the best they both have. Like, the only other opponent they have is, like, what, fucking Blue Beetle, and that matchup's fucking horrible, in my opinion. But this, overall, you could do so fucking much. Both of these two characters have honestly a pretty decent big arsenal they could use. And also, we get to bring in another 2 new franchises and 2 new characters into Death Battle. And there's a lot you can do here. Rex has a decent amount of weaponry you can throw. Max has his different suit forms to get into, like his rip-off Hulkbuster mode, his speed mode, his dive mode. You can do so much with this fight. It is, like, insane. I really hope this happens, like, this, I guess, this or next year. I don't know what to call it anymore. They said that we're going to call it Death Battle 2024 and 2025. It's so weird, since I'm so used to calling them seasons. But anyway, I'm done about that, but, yeah, this is a really, really cool episode, and I honestly really hope it happens. Since Blue Beetle has a lot better matchups than just Max and Rex, in my opinion, but this fits the best of both worlds, in my opinion. Please, Death Battle, if you're watching, make this fucking happen, please. And next up, we have Kira versus Itachi. One of my most wanted fights of all time. The fact that this still hasn't happened is kind of a huge fucking letdown, in my opinion. I don't know why they decided to wait so long to bring another JoJo character in. It took them like a couple years, which is off top. But this fight works so fucking cool. Again, if you've seen any, I think it's like Bits of Carnage by Brendan Yates, I think. That's a fucking banger. The music for this fight could go so fucking hard. No, just like the interaction would be cool. And the fact is that you could have this end in a super cool way that Itachi thinks he's gonna win. Then Kira just tells him, I didn't tell you about my ability to plant a bomb on you. If you want to go that route. I don't know who wins, since apparently Itachi wins. I don't know how. But judging off of what Death Battle previously had Persona characters at, which is like lightning timing, I think. Maybe a little less. Kira should win, since he should get the FTL. But, I don't know, this fight's it's fucking weird in my opinion. And, like, the skilling is going to be a little weird. But, anyway, I'm going off topic. This fight, again, is fucking amazing. It's just such a cool idea. They both have a cool fucking ability to throw at each other. The setting would be really cool, since it would take place at night, obviously. It's how the fight would take place. But yeah, this fight's really fucking cool. I highly, highly recommend people love this match. I don't know why the fuck I said that. I should have said I really fucking hope it happens. That's what I mean. Discard the last thing I said. I really fucking hope this fight happens. It's a phenomenal idea. And for the final fight that I'm going to have on this card, it's going to be Noob versus Reaper. I feel like if they don't do this soon, it's going to kill all the hype. Since my same problem with Aaron Black's matchup, I forgot. Oh, Jesse McCree, that's who it is. Is that they're waiting too long. Like, since Noob Saibot's trailer for Mortal Kombat just dropped, this would be the perfect time to drop a fight for him. Or at least soon. Like, I really hope they do this, since it's a cool fucking fight. Again, the soundtrack would be really cool. It'd be like a heavy metal type fight, which would be awesome. And not only that, the kill could be fucking epic. You could do so much with this fight. And I just don't know why we haven't gotten it yet. It's a cool concept. And I know... So I said I'm a little frustrated since like I've wanted this fight for years, and I just feel like when we get the fight, it's just gonna be like, oh, this should have happened a long time ago. Does anyone else kind of feel that? That I feel like they're gonna wait too long for this episode to happen, and then it's gonna kind of just kill the hype since probably by then they're gonna have a better opponent for Noob Saibot. By then, I think Reaper already has a different opponent by now. I don't really know. I don't really follow Reaper's matchup since I fucking hate Overwatch. Overwatch is garbage. But like overall, Noob versus Reaper is just such a fucking awesome idea. And I'm just conflicted on why the hell hasn't it happened. Same with Jesse McCree versus Aaron Black. Like, we have not had a Western type death battle, and I don't know why we haven't gotten it yet. But yeah, I'm done ranting. I'm just a little disappointed that we still haven't gotten Noob versus Reaper yet. But yeah, I'm done ranting about it by now. And that would be my season, I guess, of making a Death Battle season with no Marvel, Dragon Ball, or DC characters. And yes, I know it's not code seasons. I just didn't know what to put, like making a lineup for Death Battle 2025. I don't know. I feel like seasons flows off the tongue better. But anyway, thank you so much for fucking watching me ramble for like 17 minutes straight about nothing. It means the absolute fucking world to me. And if you want to see videos more like this, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Take care. Love you all so much. And the next one should be building a lineup of only video game characters. So, hope y'all enjoy that one. Again, take care. See you next time.